Hello everybody, welcome back. We're almost in July, so that can only mean one thing to a crafter: Christmas in July. And today I have this year's Christmas launch from Craft Consortium and Helz Cuppleditch for you, and I could not be more excited if I tried, and you're going to see why in just a couple of minutes. I'm really trying to contain my excitement because I think you are going to be as excited as me when I show you what is in this box. But before we get into the video, I would just like to really quickly ask that if you're not already subscribed to my channel, you hit the red subscribe button. It does help my channel grow and reach more people, and all I really want to do is share inspirations, share beautiful products like the ones I've got to show you today, share techniques and a few different hints and tips and tutorials, and build a lovely community. So by hit subscribe, you do help me do that. And if you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a big thumbs up. So I can't contain myself any longer. I have got to show you what is in this box because it is so incredibly exciting. So let's get into it. It's sequel time. Oh my goodness. We have the new collection called Its Snome Time 2. So, Its Snome Time came out around 2018, 2019 time, and this is how I found Craft Consortium. I literally saw the Helz Cuppleditch collection. I had to have it, and that is how I found and fell in love with Craft Consortium and their products. So this year they have revisited. We have the sequel, we have Its Snome Time 2, and just look at the artwork on this. Oh my goodness. I also have, just to put a few teasers in here, some new products that you won't have seen with Craft Consortium before, and we have a slight alteration, I think I'm going to say, to a line you will be used to with Craft Consortium, but it's a bit different. So we'll come to that later. Let's get into this paper pad because I just can't wait any longer. So if you're new to Craft Consortium and their products, this is a premium range. We also have the essential range. So the premium ranges are done with a designer like Helz Cuppleditch or Claire Teresa or Hackney & Co. There's quite a few in the Craft Consortium family now, which is really, really exciting. But they do the designs and the illustrations, and then Craft Consortium work their magic. So this is the premium pad. Now the papers in here are 200 GSM. There are some slightly thinner ones which are 150 GSM, but they're pearlescent and they are absolutely stunning. You get 40 sheets in here, and they are double-sided, and these are acid free. Some of the sheets are also coated, which is really, really gorgeous, and this front cover is just beautiful. And it's not your run-of-the-mill front cover, you know, it's glossy, it's pretty, there's lots of colour, I love it. And then on the back of the front cover we have all of these cut aparts, as you can see, so you get like extra ephemera, which is really, really nice. So let me show you what we have paper wise. So the first thing we have are the topper sets. So in the 12 by 12 you get 9 per page. So let's have a look. We've got Santa Snome and his snowman. We've got the beautiful little house there with the elf sticking out the top. Then we have someone coming down the chimney. The Snomes are decorating there. We have a Rudolph type character here. We have like the wrapping table with some cakes and things. We have the northern lights over here. Then down the bottom we have the reindeer kind of in the sleigh. We have the Snome sitting on the presents, and then we have the snowman and the Snome just there. On the back of this page you have this beautiful dotted paper. Now this is a real pale kind of minty green in the background of this. It's absolutely beautiful, and if you're a Helz Cuppleditch fan you will know and love her dotty designs. It's one of her signature kind of elements that we expect to see in the pads. So these could be used all year. You don't just have to use that one for Christmas. Nothing about that, just as Christmas. To me, that reminds me of ice creams, but that's because it's currently 27 degrees and I'm waiting for the ice cream man to come, if I'm totally honest. So I have ice cream on the brain. So these are great if you want to make really quick cards. You can also build them up, you can cut into them. There's so many different things you can do with these. So then we come over, and for the first time in the 12 by 12 we have 2 separate pages of toppers, which I have to be honest about, I am so excited about, because I love the toppers, especially for quick cards, especially for like small cards. If you wanted to do notelets for like if you've got a kid at school, perfect, absolutely perfect. Just those pages alone, based on the fact you get 4 of each, like 4 pages of each design, that's your school cards pretty much done. So on these ones, this time you've got the darker imagery, so it's like nighttime and it's snowing. So we have, again, the same kind of pictures as before, just with the black nighttime background. Absolutely beautiful. And then on the back of that we have again the polka dots. They kind of feel bigger, but I'm sure they can't be. No, don't know why they feel bigger, maybe it's the black. But you have that lovely dotty design again. So let's come through, because if you're a Helz fan, you know what's coming next. We have the scene section. So with this one, this is great for like diorama cards or maybe a Z fold card in the background. These are brilliant. So here we have the daytime snowy scene. Then the trees are a bit bare. Then you go down to the nighttime snowy scene. This time, like the fir trees, they've got their foliage. There's a snowman hiding, and then right down the bottom we have a beautiful town scene with a mixture of the 2 trees. If you look carefully, you can see both types of trees, and again it's snowing and it's daytime. It's that greeny early kind of the starts of the aurora borealis as well. That's why I like that. It's not a blue sky, it's kind of a greenish tinge to the sky. The aurora borealis are on my to watch list. I've been to Lapland twice, not seen them. I go to Scotland all the time and miss them by a week every time. I will see them one day. I am determined. Now, how is this for a page? Oh my goodness, I love this. These stockings, oh my goodness, these just screaming at me. I love the presents, I love this. Now you could cut these into strips and use them as they are. You could chop them, you could use them individually as little squares. There's so many different things you could do with this page, but I love it. I just love the whimsical imagery, but it's so traditional at the same time. So I'm really excited to cut into that and have a play. Moving on, we have, look at these. We have the little squares. Now these you could get your dies to, you could fussy cut into these, you could cut them out by hand. You've got the presents you could fussy cut. Again, so many different options to use this page. I love the bright bold colours. I love the characters. There's just so much going on. This one we've got the white background and a few colourful snowflakes. On the back we've got the same design but in black. So if I leave them side by side, you can kind of see it's slightly different. But the clever thing about having the different colour background is different things draw your eye. So different things will stand out to you on the black background than on the white background. It just gives you options for when you're creating. Moving on, oh my goodness, would you look at this. Now this is thinner, so this is one of the pearlescent sheets. If I can get it to catch in the light, you might be able to see. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the script on this sheet. Look at how they've done the Rudolph and the ho 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 with the dots. All the different scripts, I love it, and I love the white background. And then on the back we have the same again, but this time we have it in black. So again, different things are drawing your eye, like the jolly and the merry. The green stand out more, I feel, on the black. And then up here you have Northern Lights. How cute is that? Okay, now would you look? Oh, This one is one of the coated sheets, so you can feel the texture under your hands. I don't know if I can get it to catch in the light. It does kind of catch the light and shine a little bit. I love the colours. I love that it's snowfall, but I love that it's not traditional. Look at all those colours. You've got oranges, pinks, kind of a dark cerise pink. You've got that mint colour again. You've got dark traditional greens. What's not to love? And of course, you've got the dots coming through as well, because that's what we know and love about Helz designs. On the back, look. Oh my goodness. Now this isn't coated at all. How they only coat one side, I have no idea. But it's very, very clever. But this is beautiful. So if you want something maybe a bit more traditional, you could use this one. This one is not coated, as I said, but you've got that minty kind of colour coming through. You've still got the circles with the snowflakes in, but this time they're more traditional. They're white. I couldn't pick a favourite. I love both those pages. They both just, oh, they just tick my boxes. Okay, let's move through, and wow, look at that. Look at those two side by side. First of all, how great is that? So this is like your forest scene. This colour to me is the Northern Lights. You can just imagine it dancing overhead. You're looking down at the trees. Look at that snow. Oh, just love it. I love the little dots of snow on the trees. It's just stunning. And then look again. We have the same but slightly different. This time it's a darker green. And obviously the Northern Lights, it does fluctuate in its colours, and when it dances it swirls around in the sky. So you've got two different colours, but they're still Northern Lighty. And yes, I know I just made up a word, but we're going to move past that. Alright, next up. Oh, look! Again, this is coated. Is it catching? Oh my goodness, this is just a page of happiness. I love it. I just want to fussy cut these. I've already got an idea for a card just by looking at this page. Do you ever do that? Do you just look at something and know what you want to do with it straight away? These papers and these collections are so inspiring. It literally, you just look and you're like, oh, I know what I want to do with that. I want to do this, I want to do that. This is gorgeous. I love I don't know if you can see the kind of, the way it looks like it's been hand stitched here, and the little like patches that have been sewn into the stockings where they're so loved and they don't want to be thrown away, so they've like covered the hole. Oh, I just loved it. I can almost see these in like the elf's bedroom, like the Christmas elves. I can almost see that these are theirs, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's move on. Wow, look at that. So this time, again, this isn't coated. You've got the yellow background on this one. Still highly fussy cuttable. They feel smaller when they're not coated. I'm sure they can't be. I'm sure they must be the same size. It's probably just a trick of the eye based on having them together. But, oh, love them. I think this one's my favourite though. I have to say, I think that's the one I'd probably use more, just because I love the effect on it. Next up, wow, look at that. Okay, that's interesting. So, look at the effect. I don't know what's standing out to you more at the moment. So we have the base that kind of is all one colour, and then you've got these squares over the top which are almost translucent, but they really stand out. Now this kind of says two things to me. First of all, I see just a really comfy, really warm, feathery, like duvet bedspread type thing, or one of those quilted blankets like they have in America that go over the beds. That's the first thing I see, but this also reminds me of a kaleidoscope, interestingly. I don't know if you had one as a kid and you used to look through the bottom and twist the bit at the top and the pictures would change or the colours would move. That kind of is the effect that's really standing out to me. I feel like I'm looking at a kaleidoscope. That's really interesting. I really quite like that. And I think this is pearlescent again. It feels thinner than the other pages. I might be wrong, but it does feel thinner. And then look, we've got the same again and in green. Now in Snome Time, the original, we did have some really gorgeous pages in that again were like the red and then a green. So I'm really happy to see that they followed that through into Snome Time too. Just look at that, isn't it gorgeous? What do you see when you look at these? Are you seeing kaleidoscope? Are you seeing like the bedspread type thing, or are you seeing something completely different? Let me know in the comments. Then look at this. So this is a really useful page. You can cut it into strips, you can use it as mats and layers. There's so many things you can do with this. I love chopping this up and just using the different lines on their own on the cards. And I'm really pleased to see that we have that page in Snome Time too. We generally get it in the Helz Cuppleditch pads in some form or other. But yeah, I'm really happy to see this in here. And how great would that one there be for Valentine's? So not just for Christmas. Again, the green there, you could use that for Halloween. Not just for Christmas if you use it right. Oh, that was a horrible squeak. Whoa, look at that again. I just see, like, I think the Americans call it a comforter. Just see, this reminds me of like when you watch the American movies and you look at the beds and this is the throw on the bed. I could just snuggle down under this and just put a movie on right now, if I'm honest. But I love it. I love the colours. Look at the different directions you've got going on there. That's really nice. I see that more as a matte and layer rather than a focal sheet to use, but you know, we'll see. Depends what direction you kind of go in, I suppose. And then on the back page of the pad, you have more cuttable images for your ephemera. Got loads there. If you like fussy cutting, that is for you. And then on the back, say you don't like fussy cutting, and you just really liked this page from earlier in the pad, you could just chop it down there and you use that on a project as an extra sheet. You also have a write-up on our Illustrator. You have a picture of Helz, and then across the very bottom here you have all of the socials if you want to share your makes and tag Craft Consortium so they can see. They do tend to reshare on their socials if you share something, so it's a nice way to reach more people and to help inspire others. You also have the Craft Consortium official network page over on Facebook. We've just hit 3,000 members, which is amazing. So I'll leave that linked in the description box and you can come over and join and share your Craft Consortium makes on there. It's a really, really friendly and supportive group. So we also have in this collection a 6x6. It's exactly the same, it's just smaller. The only other thing to note is that with the toppers you get 4 per page. What they have done though, if you can see, they have given you a different 4. So on the 6x6 you get these in the daytime ones, and then when you go to nighttime you've got different ones. So it's a nice way to maybe get slightly more of the 12x12 ones in the 6x6, if that makes sense. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure it's coming across well, but yeah, so that is the 6x6. Then as always we have the coordinating cardstock. I love this. This started last year. Such a great idea. It literally takes all the guesswork out of designing your cards, creating. You can literally just grab this and your pad and you're away, because everything in here will work with something in here. So these are the colours. I like the traditionals up here and then the more unconventional down here. No, contemporary is a better word, isn't it? Contemporary colours down here. So this is an A4 pad. There's 20 double-sided sheets in here and they are 200 GSM. So these are great for mats and layers. You probably don't want to make a card base out of them. However, if you did, make sure you mat and layer on top just to firm it up. And I'll give you a really quick flick through. You've seen the colours, these are beautiful. And then on the back again, to make sure you can use every inch of the packaging, you could just chop off there and use that piece there. And if you wanted to use these, you could probably cut them down a bit. So that's the really nice thing about Craft Consortium. You get a lot for your money. They try and make sure that there is as little waste as possible with the collections. So let's have a look. What should we look at next? Earlier on, I mentioned that there was a current line product that had been altered slightly. So I think that's what we're going to look at next. So with all Craft Consortium collections, you generally get at least one stamp set. And that's the item that has been changed. So just for context, this is from the original Its Snome Time. This is the size of the stamp set you used to get. This is what you now get. This is Its Snome Time 2 stamp set. This is called Northern Lights, and the size of the stamp set has been increased. Look at the difference. So this is going to be great for colouring. Again, you're getting more product for your money. I love the images they've chosen for this. I love that Santa's got the lights there. How great is that going to be to colour? And just grab your Posca pen to put in some highlights, for example. I love this side here. Oh, there's nothing I don't like about this, I have to say. And these stamp sets are really great quality. I've never had an issue stamping a Craft Consortium stamp set. I've never had to prime it. I just normally whack it out and away you go. So yeah, really excited about that. Let me know what you think to the change of the stamp set, because we are really excited as a design team about the size of that. Now let's have a look at the decoupage, because I know a lot of you like this, and there is a slight change to these as well, which I'm really excited to show you. So this is the decoupage. Here's the difference. We now have foam pads as part of the decoupage kit. How great is that? I think that is a genius move. I don't know a single other company that provide foam pads with their decoupage kits as like a single thing. So let's get this open and have a look at which images they've given us. So we've got 10 sheets and there are 5 designs. So you get 2 of each design. So we've got Santa's Snome and the snowman. We have, yes, I think that's probably my favourite image out of all of the ones that we have seen today. So we have the Santa with the lights. We have the reindeer in the sleigh and Santa, his little helper. We have the Snomes and the snowman. We have the snow wrapping the present at night time, and I have, oh okay, I see, there we go. Just the way I pulled them out of the packet. So those are your decoupage sheets, and look how many of the self-adhesive foam squares you get. But there is a decent amount on there. But yeah, that I think is a great idea. And I love that they've started to do that. So that is the decoupage. Now let's have a look at new line, because this is really exciting. Look what we have. We have artificial fairy lights. You get a meter. And there's also some little snowflake adhesive dots in here. So I'm just going to open this up really quickly. So yeah, we get sample pieces as a design team. Doesn't mean I don't always go back and buy more, but you know, that's me. But you'd get a full pack. So there is a sheet of self-adhesive snowflakes, which is lovely. I think normally, trying to think, it's normally like either 80 or 120 when they do these kind of things. and they're not very expensive. And then you would get a meter in a separate bag. The fairy lights, look how cute these are. Look at the colours. Again, ticks my boxes. I was really excited when I heard that these were in the works and these were going to be like coming in a collection. So love those. I can see those being used up really quick, and I have an idea of what I want to do with those. So we will see if my ideas work, because sometimes I find that the idea is great and then something goes wrong. So yeah, hopefully my ideas pan out. And then lastly, we have the chipboard ephemera. So let's get this out so you can have a little look. Apologies if it's a bit noisy. As I alluded to earlier, it's currently almost 30 degrees. So I've got all the windows open, but that does mean it gets a little bit noisy. So apologies for any noise. And it is quite weird looking at snow things when it's so hot outside. But I love it. It's fun. Okay, so these are the chipboard ephemera. These are all self-adhesive as well. Look how many you get. There's so many. Just let it all out. So those are the chipboard ephemera. As I said, they are self-adhesive. The back bit generally just peels off. There you go. Peel the back bit off, and then that's self-adhesive. And again, they come in so useful in so many different ways. I'm going to be doing videos using this collection, so hopefully I'll be able to incorporate these so you can get a few different ideas on how to use them or what to do with them. So that is the Christmas release from Consortium and Helz Cuppleditch. It's Snome Time too! Oh my word. Please, please let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you loving that we have revisited Its Snome Time and come out with Its Snome Time too? Because honestly, that made me so happy. I just can't even tell you how happy I was to hear it was going to be Its Snome Time too. And let me know, what do you think about the size of the new stamp set? What do you think of the lights? And what about these pads in the decoupage? What a great idea. What do you think of the papers? Have you got a favourite sheet? Let me know. I would absolutely love to know. I love to get chatty in the comments of my videos, but especially love to get chatty about Helz Cuppleditch releases because they are just a little bit special to me. Thank you so much to everyone that left such kind comments on my last video. It really, really made my day. Especially the comment that said that somebody literally waits for my videos before they go and buy the collections. That meant so much. I can't even tell you. I felt so appreciated just in that one comment. So thank you so much. And thank you so much to everyone who does come and watch my videos. It really does mean the world that people take the time to come and view what I'm putting out there. I'm going to spend the rest of the day creating samples, which I'm going to leave at the end of this video. I'm also going to create some videos as I go, which is not something I normally do, but I'm going to give it a go just because my mind is just spiraling with ideas for that, and I want to film some videos showing you how to make some of the cards that I'm going to create. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because then you'll be told when those videos go up. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. And once again, I'm really sorry for all the noise. I do live near an airport, I do live on a bus route, and I have had to have the windows open because it's just so hot. But I will be back soon with more videos. So until next time, thank you once again for watching. Take really good care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.